Welcome to the sixth episode of our podcast here on I Speak. Thank you so much for following us, and thank you so much for all of your support, my friends. Today's episode is about I Speak the Truth. This is I Speak Love, Kindness, and Positivity. And thank you so very much for listening to our podcast. All right, there's something about the truth that makes our heart joyful, peaceful, and there's something about the truth that is really painful. It really, really hurts. Sometimes we're fronted to make choices. It's either to cover up the truth or tell the truth. But it's always good to do the right thing and always speak your truth. So, when you are in a situation when you have to tell a lie or tell the truth, of course, you have to choose what is right. Because later on, the consequences of covering the truth will have immense effect, and we have to face the consequences of our actions. There's always that responsibility to every action. There's a reaction as well. There are times when we speak our truth and people will not accept it. People will shame us. People will somehow hurt us, or because that is their reaction. All right, so here's a situation in one of my classes where there's a bullying that was going on, and the boy, one of my students, went to the restroom because our classroom has a restroom. It was like a kindergarten room before, prior to. Excuse me. Oh my gosh, I'm yawning. Okay, we could use that. But anyway, as I'm going to tell the story. All right, so this boy, he got out of the bathroom and he told me, he was like taking deep breaths, and he was like, he was teary-eyed, and I was like, what's going on? Are you okay? And he was not able to speak. He was not able to say something. So I just rubbed his back, and I just waited. And then finally he was able to tell me that he was bullied by one of the girls. One of his classmates told him that he doesn't have any friends. And I said, that's not true. I've seen you have a lot of friends, people like you because you're nice and you're kind. So, and right away I told the other teacher to talk to the other girl while I take care of him, making sure that he's okay, that I listen to his truth. Sometimes it's very, very hard to hear the truth. And sometimes, it's hard to grasp the whole situation and what you're going to do about it. But, tell your truth and the truth will set you free. I believe so. There has been many occasions also that, it's either I have to keep silent or tell the world what I know, tell what has happened. But when I do that, sometimes when you tell the truth, we hurt someone that is part of that. But what can you do in order to change and to have a better perspective? We gotta have to always choose to do the right thing. It may seem very difficult, and it is difficult. Like that boy, he was having trouble. So in my classroom, after school, I have a class that I teach dilemmas. So these are situations that what are you going to do if you are in that situation? I teach the kids on how to make the right choices, and it's really nice when it's very practical. It's there was a situation where someone had to, because of too much pressure from at home and from teachers and from the environment. I'm sorry, but I just have to get on with this podcast, even if I'm yawning. Um, because I feel I don't feel accomplished at all. I don't feel great if I don't do my podcast at least once a week. I gotta speak and share the world um, from my heart. And here we speak kindness, love, and positivity. And even right now, as I'm speaking from my heart and with all sincerity, we're talking about the truth. And it's very, very hard. Why? Why is it hard to tell the truth? Because there will be people that's going to be hurt if we tell the truth. Is it always like that? Is it always, well, like if someone's in trouble, we gotta choose. If we know something, we gotta tell the truth. And also, we have to listen to the truth. What is really the truth? Well, I am a Christian, and it says so in the Holy Bible that the truth will set us free. Because not only we are letting that build up in our hearts because we know something, and then we want to make change, and always it helps also the others involved in it, and just like putting it to light. And maybe it is always very hard because of that responsibility of either hurting someone or it's because change is very, very hard. And I'm talking about I'm speaking from real experience that once sometimes we have to tell the truth, and sometimes our loved ones are involved and they're gonna get hurt. And like children also are actually finding it hard to tell the truth about somebody because they don't want to be labeled, you're the snitch, you snitch on me. And but with young children, we are teaching them to always speak up and tell the truth, because that's the only way that our society will be able to obtain or have justice. And yes, it is good to tell the truth. We feel great about it. And when you don't tell the truth, it's not just you will live up to that. The consequences will not have a clear conscience. Like, sometimes, especially we're like, did you do it? And the kid would start lying, and it would just escalate, trying to cover up to more lies, and it would just, you will not have a happy life. That's actually why we have to tell the truth, because in truth there is freedom. And then when you are lying and you don't tell the truth, there's bondage. You're under that slavery per se. So the lies, those things that are not true, will bond you, will put you in bondage. You will not be free, and you always have, and another thing, people will not trust you. So people will not trust you, and that's not a good feeling when people do not trust you. Like whatever you do, they just don't trust you. It's hard. Once it's like trust is like glass. Once it's broken, it can never be. It could be fixed, but it's not the same anymore. That's the thing. That's why it's very, very important. And as an educator, I am influencing young people, and I always, like, in my elementary classes that I handle, I'm teaching them dilemmas and situation where I can give them situation where they can apply it to themselves, or if they have experienced it, what is the right thing to do. And so I am so proud of the students learning from that situation, and they can also share what they know, what they have experienced. And it's very fascinating when kids tell the truth. Okay, well, when kids gives you compliment, take it, because it feels great, because from the heart of babes, right? They're always telling the truth, but sometimes it hurts when you know that a kid is lying, and you can really tell. But yeah, I speak truth, and that is freedom from your guilt conscience. And when you always speak the truth, even if it hurts, later on you'll be happier, because it's like an elephant in the room, where if you have cover up the truth, then you're always gonna have to, that's always a burden. That's the burden that you're carrying, and it's not fun to not tell the truth. So, my friends, even if it hurts, you gotta tell the truth. Thank you all so much for supporting my podcast. This is I Speak. We speak love, kindness, and positivity. When I will have more time, I'll be interviewing real people from all kinds or from all walks of life, that will be able to share their experiences with you, to inspire us, to empower us. And today's podcast is about speaking your truth and speaking the truth, because it's freedom. Why? Because there's consequences in our actions, and when we speak our truth, we feel happy. That's it. That's actually what's freedom is all about. You don't worry about what people think. You don't worry about it's a burden you carry. And it's also not just freedom, but it's a blessing. It's you will be blessed if you will always speak the truth. The truth will always prevail, right? And it is hard to choose sometimes. It's very hard to make such decisions, because someone might get hurt, but it is always better. It is always better to do the right thing. And would you rather speak the truth or the opposite? But I'm suggesting that we always do the right thing. We speak what is right, what is the truth, what is your truth. Thank you all so much. Speak your truth, and people will listen, and people will trust you. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful weekend.